Children cry, parents sigh, and we lose a life. We live and we die without enough time to let the tears dry. Still the rivers flow, rain turns to snow, and there's a rainbow. So much is gone, and we move on. Hello. Oh, wow. How did you like my song for 2020? Everybody wants that to resolve, right? Well, maybe not everybody, but I think a lot of the people that I've been listening to have wanted 2020 to magically resolve. And here it is, almost the middle of December, and we're looking at it. We're really looking at resolution here. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay, and we will start in just a moment. I'm so happy to be here today because we have a couple of guests that really do want to calm some chaos. And since I put this channel up and started doing live streams, I think maybe, gosh, I don't remember when I started doing live streams, but it wasn't that long ago. I'm asking, is there any chaos? Is there any chaos? And people are like, no, we're good. We're good. And so here we are. And I always knew there was chaos around. And my two friends from YouTube here are going to hopefully be able to resolve some stuff between the two of them. I'm just really glad that they trust this channel. This channel is a channel that really was born on helping people to realize their strengths and their gifts, and that they can put anything out there that they need to. I love creativity. As you saw in that video, that creativity was a journey of mine, and it just took about a week, and it just sort of popped out. And I love that about YouTube, that there's all these creative energy people out there. And yet sometimes we do get into disagreements, misunderstandings, and disputes. And so we just want to be able to help people just come to some resolution, which is why we're here. So welcome. And I think this is a record-breaking chat. I've got 12 people in there. Woohoo! If I had my sound effects on, I would go ahead and put them on. But I'm lucky to get my technology to work for me on a daily basis. So anyway, so yes, the purpose of this channel is to calm the chaos and to recognize the strengths of people. And so I do want everybody in the chat to understand that these are real people who are going to be talking, and they're going to be discussing some issues. So a couple of words about the chat. We do have some moderators here. I do trust my viewers. I trust you guys to be able to keep this really on a good level and to be able to be respectful and polite. And so any kind of comments are welcome. And at the same time, if we see any comments that are accusatory in nature or have to do with anything that's not a fact, that's could be interpreted as slanderous to another person, either a chatter or a person, especially a person on the panel, that will not be tolerated. In fact, I'm prepared to just shut down the chat if I need to, if that happens. I don't think it'll come to that because my viewers are awesome and they would never do anything like that to me at all. And then, yeah, assaults on character, slander, and any name calling, because I am anti-abuse here. And so with that, any questions that you have for the two people who are going to be coming up as guests of mine, they're not going to be addressed. In fact, I'm not going to actually highlight any comments during this live stream at all. So please don't expect the guests to comment or answer your questions on this live stream. Okay. What else? Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. You're entitled to your opinions. And just for the two guests, this is the last thing I think I can highlight, is that it's okay for you to mention other channels. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not sure why other creators have a problem with mentioning other channels, but I think it clarifies things when we start to talk about these creators or the sources of information that we get. I think it helps people to understand and be able to do their own research about things. So please feel free to mention them, because I do think that it clears some stuff up for people. So I think that's it for my announcements or whatever. And also I'd like to say to the guests, thank you for being here. And if at any point in time you need me to do something or address something, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. And I'm not going to be talking very much at all, which is kind of a switch for me, because usually I'm me. That's not going to be me today. All right, so I'm going to make friends with the mute button. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to bring in my two friends. I see them out here, and I like to read from left to right. And so I'm going to bring in the first one, who is on my left here. And this is Rabiddog. Hello, Rabid.
Hello.
Hi there.
Nice common intro there, Tracy. I like that.
Yeah, I just did that this week. It was pretty darn cool. In fact, in my last live stream last week, I just sort of grabbed my guitar and started playing it. And I thought, man, that's a kind of a cool tune. And then I thought, there's words for this. And then it just sort of evolved in a week. And so, yeah, I appreciate you, because I know you're a musician too. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, it's great to have that creative outlet, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Right. I have a pretty much whole studio here. I have a mechanical saxophone there, which you heard on that recording, and an electric guitar and a keyboard that has any kind of sound that is imaginable. So I don't know why I don't do more music, but anyway, I'm out there calming the chaos.
Good for you. I like that.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to bring up the other guest, and that is Kelly the Advocate. Hello, Kelly.
Hi. I thought I'd be in face.
Oh, okay, great. You thought you would be in face. That's great. I wonder if that's a thing.
Today. Okay. It's going to start being a thing. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm not ready for that yet. Looking to the icon.
Well, I heard from Rabiddog that he doesn't want to show his face because where would the mystery end, right? There would be no mystery if he showed his face.
Where do I go from there?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you could be like Sia and just wear a wig and give us like just the mouth part. And then we'll be like, woo!
I think someone's telling me that my volume is really low. Is that the case? I can't see the comments right now.
I hear you.
Right.
I just turned my volume up just a little bit for you, and Kelly is about the same volume. So I would suggest the person that made that comment may need to adjust their own volume.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, let's see here. So what I thought, I'm going to be majorly silent during this, unless the two of you need me, and also just to kind of keep us on point. So I'll be coming in and out. I'll keep my face on the camera, but just for people who don't know you, if one or the two of you want to go first and just say who you are, what kind of YouTube work you do, and what you want to accomplish today, that would be a good, I think, starting point. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. We'll let Kelly go, and I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. I'm Kelly the Advocate. I started my channel actually because I was a domestic violence and sexual assault victims advocate, and through the state of Illinois. So one day I would always just give advice randomly to one person here, two people here, and then I finally decided to just do this channel, right? And I actually love meeting new people. I love the experiences that, we get. The thing about what had happened is other things had kind of dropped into my lap, right? And you guys are aware of it. And the channel did kind of take a turn a little bit, because it had to. It was kind of like I had to go with the flow, right? So I created the channel, and now we've got maybe 1,700 friends, and we're enjoying each other. But that's about me. That's just about the channel.
What is your intention for today, Kelly?
My intention today is to clear everything up. I'm always the person that likes to do things personally, talk on the phone. If I have an issue, I can pick up the phone or whatnot. Rabbit and I do not have that capability, right? And I kind of wish we had, because him and I would have talked on the phone via all this YouTube. But I want to clear the air, because I heard Rabbit's side, and I didn't realize that he had seen it in a totally different way than what it is. So I wanted to clear that part up. And start enjoying the holidays coming, right?
Okay. Yeah, we clear up some misunderstandings and enjoy, just sort of resolve it and enjoy what's coming up. All right. Anything else you want to say, Kelly?
No. I'm sorry.
No. This is your space, and to be able to talk and say whatever you would like to be able to say, and your intentions are to clear things up and to sort of help clear up any misunderstandings with Rabbit, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay. Well, so Rabbit, let's hear from you and about your channel and about what you're hoping to do today.
Yeah. Okay. I hope my volume's okay, and people can hear me. If not, just let me know. So I'm obviously not an advocate or anything like that. I am a creator, creative being the kind of the word. I have always been into writing, making videos. I make short films sometimes, and I've always had an interest in things like true crime, the human condition, how we interact socially, and especially these days, how we interact socially through this new media form. It's fascinating to me. So if you look at my channel, you'll see I've covered things like the Chris Watts case, a few other cases. I also talk about human interaction itself as well. So that's how I think Kelly and I's paths crossed, because we obviously both have an interest in the Chris Watts case. Kelly's an advocate for a particular family involved there. So that's how it began. And my intention is to hear and to listen to Kelly. I respect that she's agreed to this. I didn't expect Kelly to do this, so that's good. And I'm here to listen.
I said great, and I think I'm still muted. So, but I'm good now. So your intention, Rabbit, is just to hear, listen, and see if you can come to some sort of an agreement with Kelly, who's a fellow creator.
Well, to have the discussion, now there is something that I have to make clear, though. I will be telling the truth, okay? And I do
Which is what we want.
That's what we want. That's what we want. And it's just worth noting that there is only one truth. Okay, there's not your truth, there's not my truth, there's only the truth.
Right.
And
people's perceptions.
People's perceptions of it, exactly. So, as I say, I'm here to listen, and it may be a good idea, I would suggest, if perhaps, Tracy, you would like to give your interpretation of what has happened here and how this is this dispute has come to be. Because there's some people listening that may not be aware of the roots of this and how it all started. And I think it would put it in context as well, Tracy, if you like what your interpretation is of this.
Yeah, here's what I know to be as facts is that so Rabiddog likes to get into the psychology of things, and he likes to talk with a lot of people and really explore the way that the mind works. And Kelly is an advocate for some victims of a high-profile crime, and so she's very protective over them. So knowing that, I listened to both of you and have listened to many others as well. So there was some sort of a Rabid being on Critical K's panel. And some people did have a problem with him being on Critical K's panel, because Critical K is one of those critical thinking ladies who opens up herself to all kinds of interpretations, and especially she covers a lot of crimes and such, but the Chris Watts case is definitely one, and she's commented a lot on the characters involved in that, and I don't know the extent of what she has said. But I actually this morning really tried to get into a space to where I could listen to the very first, I think it was October 6th. Rabid was on Critical K's panel, and I did listen to that this morning. And, you know, how he went on there and tried to present an alternative point of view when people were really sort of bashing on victims, I guess. And so when he went on there,
I would like to maybe open up the term bashing at some stage, if that's
yeah,
okay.
just to get a definition. Mm-hmm. And when I say bashing, what I would like to say my interpretation was, because you asked for it, is that they were making conjunctures and assumptions about things, and they were, you know, rightly so. They were exploring other alternatives. Well, my experience with the actual Shanann's family, Sandy and Frank Jr., was that they really didn't like wild conspiracies or people going off on these tangents and stuff. So I've not engaged in it since I've interacted with them, but I understand that other people do, and that's their right to do that, to explore ideas. So maybe if it's not right for me to talk about it, it could be okay for you to talk about it, because, let's just be honest, we talk about what we talk about. I do think that in the meantime, since Kelley is so protective over this family, that there was some concern that happened having you associate with Critical K, and that was talked about in private and attempted to be resolved in private, but didn't happen. And that's my understanding about it. And so that's why we're here.
Yeah, can I jump in on that? And Kelley's free to respond to this.
Yeah, I'll mute myself.
Okay. Yeah, this might seem crass, but the reason that we're here right now is quite simple. It's because I made a decision to go on Critical K. That's the entire reason that we're here. Now, there's
I just want to clear up, it's not the Critical K, remember? Because you were going on Critical K. You even told me when we were live that you were going on Critical K. You would do Critical K after shows, remember? So
I told you
it wasn't about the Critical K. It was about when you had that young man come on your panel, and he's I'm a shenan basher, and
Kelley, you know his name. You know his name.
I just want to be polite today. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say his name because I don't want his name. That's fine. I didn't want, I just wanted to be polite. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. When you had Louie on your panel, it was shocking. It was hurtful. And I do want to say that, well, first of all, can I just get this out of the way? Because this has been bugging me and I've prayed on it. Rabid, I am truly sorry that I publicly accused you about
about what, sorry?
About the RDA Association.
Okay, well, thank you.
I am sick at myself that I did that.
Right.
I did apologize on Sagacious's live, but it didn't obviously get to you. And it should have I should have done it to you.
Well, yeah, I would have appreciated that. But what confused me about that is I know you had nothing to back that up other than another creator telling you that. Okay. And what was also ironic about that is that during the time period of when RDA has been accused of what he was accused of against MRB and her tragedy, I was in fact doing the exact opposite in supporting MRB and dedicated a song which was incredibly important to me. So that is why it was such a difficult, and I'm going to say slander, Kelley, and I'm going to say
slanderous. It was very mean. It was not nice at all.
So, and you did say that you had 3 people that you'd heard this from, which is strange, but I know people lie on YouTube, and this is something we might get into. There's a problem with people too casually taking on board information they receive and not checking their sources.
Especially when it's people that you trust.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's somebody that I trusted, people that I trust, and they're not bad people. Okay. Again, what has happened is people they're perceiving. Maybe they saw Rabid somewhere and perceived him to be a part of RDA. So here we've got 3 different people that have perceived him and just so happen to make a comment about it. See, I had heard something in the past by someone that we both know.
Right.
And it was kind of like a nonchalant comment about you and the RDA community, right?
That's interesting to
I
me.
didn't believe it. Well, I know. And I should have emailed you about it. It's just, I
Right.
like to talk to people.
Right. Okay.
Talk to people.
Just if I can, Kelly, because I think this is important. Before we move on through the timeline, is you mentioned that we didn't have the capability of communicating. Now, I would dispute that, and the reason I would dispute that is because after I went on Critical K for the second time, you emailed me about this, and I'm going to say you tried to put pressure on me not to continue on Critical K. Now, you also asked me, this is important, you asked me to talk in private about this. Now, I responded to you a day later and explained my reasons for going on Critical K and what I was hoping to achieve. And I also agreed to talk in private.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that was 2
But
weeks.
we can't talk on the phone.
No, but Kelly, that was 2 weeks
That's
before.
the problem. Well, hold on. The thing is that I don't like this public bullshit. You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
Right.
I wanted to be able to just talk to you and say, hey, let's talk about this. So
right.
some people in the UK, I'm able to talk to via Facebook Messenger.
Right.
I can't call you. Okay, but see, when you and I had tried to talk after this stuff came out, when the night that you had Louie on your panel.
But Kelly, Kelly, the timeline is important, okay? Because the email I'm referring to, I agreed to talk to you in private. We could have done that on StreamYard privately, easily. Now, the following day, Kelly,
you can talk on StreamYard in private?
You can, yeah. Or you could talk. There's many ways we could have arranged that. But the point is, Kelly, you came onto the live I had the following day after my reply, when I was literally with Lewis on panel, where we discussed the debates and we discussed the comment he made that caused all the grief. And Kelly, you came on that panel, and you were extremely polite to both I and Lewis.
Yes.
So based on that, and based on the fact that I agreed to talk to you in private, why? Because this was after the 2 debates, okay, and Lewis was on my panel. Why did it take? Why 2 weeks later did you not come to me in private, and rather, straight after MRB decided to bash me in public, the following day you went live to do the same?
You know, when each day is different, where if you're in pain or you're sad or you're having a bad day and something happens and you react to it. But the very next day, the same thing could happen, but I'm in a, you're in a good mood, you're not in pain, you react differently. And I'm going to be honest, I am not feeling good. I'm going to be having surgery soon. My pain has been unbearable.
I'm sorry.
And no, thank you. It's going to be better once we have the surgery. I won't be in pain. I had been seeing what is happening on the other side to the family. So everything is built up. I have stress on me, different ways, right? So here this happens and I just lose my cool, right? And I went on live and I was so upset and I reacted poorly in that respect.
Yeah.
And
I understand, yeah.
And I'm truly sorry. I just literally, I kid you not, when I hear people like attack a victim, whether it's Shanann or anybody, I get, it's like that. It's just like it grates on my ears. It's like that nails on a chalkboard kind of stuff. So that's where it's like I get upset, like, like, why are you guys picking on them? They're gone. Now, and I even said this, and I'm going to knock on wood. Even if one of my haters, someone who just tore me to pieces, became that victim, I'll be the first person there.
Mm-hmm.
The first. If they get attacked, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
it's just about the fact that when someone is a victim of something, they can't defend themselves. They can't, so I had always been an advocate for domestic violence and sexual assault. You can imagine whom I've come against, right? So here I'm going against these bad people that do bad things. I've seen children victims, and that was my first victim, was a child. I come on YouTube and I was trying to help people get out of that, and I have that attitude of get the F out of here, that Italian, get out of here, that kind of attitude. Mm-hmm. And I need to, and I grew a lot because I was so upset. I didn't think about it. I just went on action, and it was a bad knee-jerk reaction. And I'm ashamed.
Right. Okay.
And that's why I'm showing my face to you now.
Yeah. Right. Well, obviously, I sympathize. Of course, I do. But there is a responsibility when you take on the role as an advocate, especially for such a high-profile family of such a tragedy. And there's no easy way for me to say this, but some of the behavior, Kelly, and the way I was treated on your panel a couple of times, I think worries people, and I know other people have felt the same thing.
Well, people don't need to be worried because, Sandy Ruzek, they know me very well. Mm-hmm. Very well. We talk literally every day. Mm-hmm. My childhood, we've talked for hours. Mm-hmm. They know everything about me. Yeah. She knows my temper. She's the one who even said, hey, calm down your temper. Yeah. She treats me like a daughter. And I get in trouble by them. I'm not perfect, guys. I'm not.
No one's asking for perfection. I think there's just some fundamental basic traits that one would expect to see. A certain expectation of honesty, integrity, and an attempt at professionalism.
Correct.
Now, the Rusiks are obviously vulnerable people, right?
I know.
Vulnerable family. That.
Yeah, they are. But they're also strong and smart.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Sandy will cut you out of her life like that if you screw up. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Plus that she knows what she's doing. You guys can go tell her all you want. It doesn't bother me what you guys think of me in that respect because you guys don't know me. Mm-hmm. My whole life has never been anything like to where I'm a bad person.
Right.
And
but
I've always been here for everybody in my whole life. So in real life, I'm funny. I'm here. I'm definitely be quiet. I have other interests. I love to listen to people and listen to your stories. Mm-hmm. Yeah. People don't understand that when you get upset, someone gets upset, and they're not thinking straight. Now, I was obviously having a reaction that shouldn't have been that way. It shouldn't have handled that way. I was thinking. So I do want to apologize for that, but we did not really come here to bash my behavior.
No one's I'm not bashing your behavior.
You guys don't know me. I've watched hours of you too on, you know what I mean? So it's not fair.
Yeah, I'm happy. Anything you want to bring up, Kelly? It's fine.
You're acting, I don't want to be bashed. That's all.
What does bashing mean?
Saying, you know, you guys are concerned about my behavior with the Rusex. You know,
so you think that's bashing? To say that we're...
When you say I'm all this stuff for hours and hours and hours on your lives, and you guys have torn me down.
But Kelly...
You know, it's just like, okay, Kelly, they don't even know me.
But Kelly, we've only responded to the actions that yourself and MRB have put out. It's been a response every time. And I know we may get onto the emails that occurred after the slander I just mentioned.
Right. The emails have nothing to do with you. I don't know if you paid attention to the whole video was, listen to me, please. You were being cloned. Not you, Louis. Louis was being cloned.
But
actually,
Kelly, why, if that's the case, right?
Hold on, please.
Okay.
The emails that Mommy Ramblings received were actually telling Mommy bad things about you and that you were going to tear her down and you know, just really nasty, mean things. So of course she's like, well, what the heck is this, right? But you know, she gets a ton of hate mail.
Like a lot of us do.
Right. Well, I don't know if you know this, but I got some death threats as well as my grandson.
I've had that as well.
And Louis was the name that they were using. So poor Louis was being tagged and connected.
Kelly, hold on. Kelly, you're saying poor Louis now, but before you put this video together with the emails, you were allowing people to believe that that was really Lewis in the live
I did not. And a lot of people know what I'm saying in there.
Kelly, come on. I know that you were doing it in some live panels you were on. You wanted people to believe that was really Lewis, and it happened in MRB as well.
Oh, because I thought it really was, Rabbit. I thought it really was him at first. That's why I said poor Louis, because I literally connected him to it, and I'm like, what an asshole, you know.
But Kelly, it became obvious to everyone on YouTube that it was not Lewis, but you held on to that for longer.
And then I revealed who it was. That's what that video was about.
So explain to me why my name and Lewis's name was all over that video.
Because that's what the form they came under. Your name is mentioned in those emails. Did you watch the video?
I have watched it. It's obvious that this is someone trying to cause trouble. Just because my name is in there, why is my name plastered all over the video and with the insinuations that you know that everyone is going to take from that somehow under the cloak of darkness, myself and Lewis are involved. That was the impression that most people took from that. Now, you have to understand that how would you react if I did the same thing? I get emails like that. I could put a video together and say, okay, Kelly, MRB, just be careful of some of the friends you have around you, because look at this. That was the insinuation that was being made.
Because somebody that you trust right now is the one who sent those death threats. I've linked it back to her. And she's using you guys. It's
not... So you're telling me it's someone I trust, so you know who I trust.
You kind of trust. I mean, it's...
You don't know that, Kelly. You don't know that. I can, Kelly, I would guarantee you, okay, if you could prove in any shape or form that myself or Lewis or anyone that's made it known to me is involved in that, I'll wire you $5,000 straight away for you to put towards the charity of your choice. Okay? It's a lie
What's a lie?
that myself or Lewis or
I didn't
anyone.
say that you were. I know. I just said somebody else is coming as you. Well, actually, as Louie. The person knows that I had a problem with Louie. She took it upon herself to jump on the train, so to speak, and wreak havoc and start playing her game.
So why did you not bring this to me if you know that this is someone that is somehow, you're suggesting this is someone around my channel?
I can't talk to you. Like,
Why?
Sorry if the light is coming on. Because we can't talk. You had always been with that Louis guy. This is now the first time I've actually been able
to in private. You could not email me? You could not ask to talk in private?
You know what? After a lot of time, I should have emailed you, because I even said to somebody else, I was like, I'm just going to email him and like, let's just, get it done and over with. Mm-hmm. You kept doing these lives and I was like, oh my God. And
well, we all have
a lot of stuff going on. Well, I have a lot of stuff going on. So it's not like I could, I work.
I do as well.
I do. Well, I'm just saying, I didn't reach out to you privately when I should have. Now that we're here, okay, I am going to clear that video has no accusation whatsoever of you or Louis being involved,
which is why,
in any way, shape, or form. If I
okay.
have to make a big announcement or another video,
okay.
I have to do to prove to you that was not my intention, and there were a lot of people that understood what my video said. So people didn't, and there's other people that did.
Okay, Kelly, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Now, it has come to my attention that there's someone that I have been perhaps has been up to something that would shock me, but I don't know for certain. Now, I got emails during a completely unrelated live I was doing on Maradona, okay? Of all people.
Madonna?
Right? Maradona, the football player.
Maradona. Oh, sorry.
Right. And I think this is obviously, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of stuff here, and I don't know if people are interested in this, but I got very disturbing emails during that, okay? And that is something that I'm looking into, and the account that sent that has been taken down for hateful and harassing comments. And I have a feeling I know who it may be. That's all I'm going to say. Now, when I seen some of the emails that were sent to MRB, I recognized the writing, the way it was written. So I just wonder if there's someone playing both sides there, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But I can obviously...
Why do you think I made that video?
But...
It was to expose the people?
But Kelly, the problem that I'm trying to say is the impression that was given to viewers was that somehow myself and Lewis are involved in that, and that is untrue, completely without any foundation or any evidence.
Right, it's untrue.
Yeah.
You guys, there's somebody playing a game, and it's a bad game.
Well, the only point I am making is that our names should not have been on there.
Okay. Do you want me to take it off then? Because that's where the threats came under, was Louis.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And
I mean, you don't
we
the
perhaps
name
talk
Rabid.
privately about that.
Well,
what
you
you're
don't
bringing to
own
my
the name
attention.
Rabid. I'm just trying to, that is what is in the emails, and it needed to be pointed out.
But I would have preferred if you'd got in touch with me about it, at least prior to putting the video out. It would have made sense.
Yeah.
You could have brought something to my attention that I needed to worry about.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
are completely right.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to discuss that in private with you if you like at some stage. I've no
I would
problem
like
with that.
that. I would like that.
Okay.
So are we saying here that in the future, if there's a question about something that you received and it seems to have either Rabbit's or Kelly's information on it, that before you post it up into a public YouTube channel, that you check with each other first? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, common courtesy, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there was no reason for Kelly not to have respect for me initially, because Kelly reached out to obviously try and persuade me not to go on Critical K, and I respectfully responded and gave my reasons, but I also acknowledged your difficult position, Kelly, because you were advocating for the Rusex. Okay, I acknowledged that to you, but I also agreed to talk in private. So I don't understand why that didn't happen and why you had to go live, and you did drag me 2 weeks later.
You were on Critical Case. Okay, here, let me tell you the truth of what really came about. Is I get messaged like, hey, Rabbit's been on Critical Case panel for quite a long time. And I was like, yeah, he does that. He goes on and he hangs out there and stuff. And they were like, well, did you know that he's been saying, not so nice things? I was like, what? And
like what?
So, well, something like along the fact that Shanann wasn't a good mom, or like just kind of like talking about,
I'm going to have to repeat this, okay? Now you are aware that I did a live when I asked the question, was I right? Was I wrong to go on Critical K? Right? I asked the question. And funnily enough, just on a side note, Two Scooter was in there supporting my right to go on Critical K, okay? And she was also quite complimentary towards Critical K. Now, Two Scooter is Carolyn's left lieutenant. So it's a little hypocritical of Carolyn to go live and drag me for going on Critical K. Now, I went on there to defend Shanann, okay? More than I've heard anyone else do on Critical K. But I also don't think that they were victim bashing either. I wanted to understand their point of view. And I had one of the most heated debates with Lewis. One of the most heated debates I've ever had. Okay? But what came from that was an understanding of who he was and why he might have said some of the things he said. And I learned that he's a good guy. And I learned that Critical K is a good person. And we became friendly of sorts, okay? Now, in terms of me, this accusation that I said she wasn't a bad mother, what I actually said was I acknowledged that there are genuine criticisms that people were making about how she arranged her parenting. Okay? I was acknowledging that was a point. I wasn't agreeing that she was a bad mother at all.
Well, you know who told me that you said that was Sagacious. So.
Well, I hope that's been cleared up.
And what were we talking about that you heard from Sagacious? I missed that part. I was writing something down.
Well, I do want to say that I want to say this. I spoke with Mommy Rambling about the scooter situation. Okay. And they are friends in real life. Like they see things in real life. Like they're, so they're very close. And I guess what I'm going to say, I cannot talk for Mommy Rabblings, but I will say is that she is fully trusting Scooter. Okay. So obviously Scooter has provided enough proof to say, hey, it's not happening the way. Now, Scooter probably obviously has taken a shine to you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So she wants to still talk to you because you're a human being.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know the whole dynamic between you and Scooter. However, I do know that Mommy has complete confidence in her. So I can't, that's all I can really say on the matter, because I don't, I don't know the full thing, and I don't get to watch Mommy that much because she always comes on at a time that I'm sleeping. So I'm never in there.
What I would say on that is that's all fine, but it's still hypocrisy. Okay. Now, the other point is that, and this is what I was trying to clear up with Carolyn before she continued down this line of accusations against Lewis that I know were untrue. Okay. Now, she knows she has one of the most loyal fan bases out there, right? She knows that what she says can become in other people's mouths the truth. Okay, now she was making accusations against Lewis that he was a paid troll, he wasn't from where he said he was, all sorts of crazy allegations. Now, Caroline is supposed to be.
She thinks. She never.
But this is the point.
Is.
You can't. She said this based on feeling.
You guys say what you think. Why can't she say what she thinks? She just thinks he is because he popped out of nowhere.
Kelly, I was trying to have a conversation with her to alleviate her of that confusion, because she is a big channel, okay? And after her saying that, she said it with such certainty because she's such a great judge of people. Well, she got this one wrong, okay? And what other things is she getting wrong? Okay, now I had hoped to clear this up in private with MRB, but she didn't want to do that, okay? And she continued down that line simply because she obviously didn't like the fact that he was on Critical K, and she has problems with Critical K. Now, Two Scooter joined in on that, and when this clone account came into her channel, now MRB is supposed to be the great troll hunter, but she was so quick to just presume that this was really Louis, when it was clear it was not.
Wait, no, she never said she thought it was Louis.
Two Scooter was egging it on.
Wait, she never said that Louis was the threatener, the threat.
No, a clone account with Lewis's name came into MRB's live not long after the whole, when MRB started to drag me, okay? And it said, this clone account said horrible things about MRB and brought up her son. And instantly, Caroline stopped everything to point this out and make everyone aware that she thought this was really Lewis, and she responded to him like he was Lewis. And what else is surprising to me is that she said, "No wonder Rabiddog likes you." So she thinks that I'm the kind of person that would like someone that would bring up stuff like that about MRB and her son, when she knows how much
No, you got to understand.
I have tried to be for him.
Emotions are high too. I mean, you know that she's still within not even a year of the death of her son.
That's why
everybody is struggling, and everybody is just, no one's being able to trust anyone anymore. Everybody's just like, what is happening? Like it just feels like no one can trust anyone.
Fair enough, but that's why I wanted to speak to her in private so that she could stop putting out this false information.
And I'm sure that's why we're here today. That's why we're here today, Rabbit, because this there's such a big, huge misunderstandings everywhere, and everybody is reacting off of each other. We've all, like I said, I had knee-jerk reaction, big time, right? And I own that.
Yep.
I need everybody to own their stuff too. You know?
Well, is there anything that I have said, any of the facts that I have brought up in my responses to what happened over this period that you disagree with? Anything?
Well, the video, but
What
again, we just talked about it.
Which video?
The email video. The one I was like, it's not you guys. I was like trying to tell you through the screen.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Guys. I know now who it is. You know.
No, all I really had a problem with that video is that the insinuation that was made through that. Okay.
It was a like, is this really true, Rabbit? You know, like, do you really feel that way? And you would be like, no, I don't feel that way. And then it'd be like, see what's happening? You're being used as a game, as a pawn.
Well, that's not true. But would you also agree that it would have been better to come to me and bring that to me personally?
Again, I said yes. Okay. I should have done that. I didn't. Okay. I can't go back.
I don't know if Tracy wants to jump in and maybe steer this to where it needs to go. I don't know.
Yeah, well, so it looks like so far we've got Kelly has apologized to Rabbit for the remarks that that she made about RDA and him being involved in it, and that was also confirmed by Mommy Ramblings on one of Kelly's lives. So she has apologized for that. She's admitted that she's had some knee-jerk reactions, and she's apologized for that as well. She's also prepared to take down the video that has the screenshots.
Oh, you're not.
I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And that's the one that has the game over, right? That's that video. And yeah, that's the one that says game over. And that's the one that she's prepared to edit about Rabbit and Lewis. And then I think both of you have agreed that, you know, if there's something that comes up between, you know, that somebody receives an email about one of the other ones, you're going to find a way, hopefully, to talk to each other about it before publishing a video. And, you know, a great format to do that is just get a Zoom account, get a free Zoom account and talk to each other. Yeah, talk to each other through Zoom.
You can do that on StreamYard, or else I would have been doing that on StreamYard.
That's true. StreamYard's another good venue.
I had no idea. I thought you had to go live.
No, you could do private. You could just do a private chat between two people, and then you can delete the video afterwards or keep it or whatever. But okay,
does it
great.
Make it unlisted or?
Well, you don't have to publish it. That's the thing. And if it's private, if you set it up as private, then it doesn't even show up. Isn't that right, Rabbit?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a couple of different formats that you guys could talk to each other about. And I think really more creatives need to do that. Like, hey, I received this really weird email and it has you implicated in something. And before I start to just sort of assume things, I want to check the facts with you. And
there's numerous ways to speak in private.
Yeah. So I think both of you, I believe both of you are in agreement that you would do that for each other. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, I've not had the necessity to. I mean, it's basically I don't understand why Kelly didn't respond to me in private when I agreed to after the CK thing, and then with this video.
I felt like at that point I was like, what is happening now? Everything was public, everything. And it was just like, oh my God, you know, and I was so frustrated. And I honestly, Rabbit, I really didn't think I was going to be able to communicate with you as well as I feel like,
right.
Duh, I could have.
I don't understand. Well, I don't understand why you had that impression, because we had spoken together on a few panels. They were all great.
I know, but I told you I had a bad reaction. You know, I hadn't been feeling well. You know, I've been very sick for 6-7 months, you know, straight.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry about that.
no, thank you. I'm going to be feeling better, right, after the 21st.
I hope so.
Better, and I should not be feeling like I have a metal plate in my or ball in my belly.
Oh God. Okay.
That's how I feel every day.
Yeah, it's not good.
Rabbit, is there something else that you would like to ask for Kelly to do to make her appear? Because it seems like you that the reaction that she had was really, I mean, I know you'd said it was slanderous and very hurtful, and she's apologized for it, but sometimes apologies are not enough, and you want people to make repairs, or is there something? Is there something?
Yeah, I accept, and I thank Kelly for that. I know it's not easy to do because, you know, she did seem quite adamant about it at the time. So I do appreciate that, and I want to acknowledge that.
I trusted.
Sorry?
I trusted.
Yeah, maybe going forward we can learn to do a little bit more research before we put out videos too. I mean, that's another sort of maybe an intention that we can do before we just put out a video. We could just
I didn't put out a video about him.
Was the video that was the game over one?
That email one? The game over one? Yeah. That wasn't about him though.
But Kelly, everyone thought it was. Why did they all think it was?
Not everyone. You think everyone. Not everyone.
It was the overwhelming.
No matter what I do, or you, or anybody, you do know there's going to be some people that they'll accept what you say and they'll be fine. And then there's others that don't give a F rat's ass what you say. They don't care and they still hate you, and they're going to still hate you and not listen to anything that you say or what truth you're really saying. So naturally, those people, it goes, I can't control what people think, but I will say that there are plenty of people that knew exactly what I was talking about, and I called that person out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the thing is that what it needed to be, and then what happened since I exposed it, you recognized something. You're like, hey, wait a minute. So
well,
that's why I exposed it.
It was pretty hard. Oh, well, that's come to me through something utterly unrelated.
I know, but I'm just saying, you were able to see the same person.
But that's, Kelly, that's something I'm doing in private until we just had this conversation right now. But you made that public. That's the only problem, is that it was public and my name was all over it and Louise's name is all over it. That's my only problem. Because I know as much as anyone how much craziness goes on behind the scenes, and the amount of abuse and harassment people receive when they're a creator. I know it as much as anyone, okay? And it's horrendous, but it was looking to me like that was being used to also attach me and Lewis to it because it was convenient. Okay, now that was my problem, and obviously MRB gave her stamp of approval on that video. Okay, so that is my only problem.
Kelly, was the intention behind it to insinuate a connection between Rabbit and Lewis and those emails? Was the intention behind the create? Okay, so could you tell us what your intention was then?
The person that created this game to play. Oh, hang on, guys, 1 second. I'm so sorry. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, sorry. My dad just gave me a little seat cushion to sit on because I was sitting on a wood chair. So anyway, here's the thing. Somebody that is acting like they are your friend, that they're all cool and, you know, everything. Come to find out, she's the one that has been writing Mommy Ramblings in that email about you. And I just found that very funny. Not funny for you, funny for her. I'm like, you really something else. So the kind of, I think, personality I have is just a no BS person. And I think sometimes I come across harsh. And for that, I, don't want to. It's just I say it like it is,
Yeah.
So when it comes to seeing what I saw, and then I'm like, oh, this person pretends to be Rabbit's friend. So that's where I was at.
Friend, please put friend in inverted commas though, right? Because I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And
but again, Kelly.
I should have gone to you because.
But Kelly, would you agree it's important to point out that there's no proof of that? Is that what you're telling me? There's no proof yet. It's a suspicion.
Of what?
Of who you're claiming is behind these.
No, things. I went backwards. I connected.
You've got proof.
Connected.
You connected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not understanding
who your other person is, or who other people are. I don't quite know what you're meaning there. You said that you saw somebody familiar in there about something else.
Oh, the way it was written.
I said, I don't know who that person is. There are more than one person.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of obsessed people behind the scenes on YouTube that can cause absolute real chaos between creators. That goes on. That goes on. I'm aware of that. But it's also important to report this kind of stuff,
right,
through the right avenues, and also to check sources and to make sure that without proof that you're careful with accusations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like the checking the facts on the comments. And I do realize that the two of you have so many subscribers that it's kind of impossible to wade through a lot of them. And it's really important to be able to do that, because sometimes we react without checking the facts. So whose dog is that? Rabbit? Is that you, that dog?
It's not me. I'm not the dog.
I'm at my mom's house. That's why you guys are seeing a different area. And, we've got 2 doggies here.
Oh, awesome! Well, 3 if you count Rabbit.
Yeah, count me in.
Rabbit, is that you?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, let's see. Where does that leave us? So the intention behind those videos was not to insinuate a connection between Rabbit and Lewis and those emails. Then that was not the intention.
Absolutely not.
Well, I'll accept that.
Absolutely not.
Accept that. Okay. But I would say it looked that way. Okay. And I know I'm speaking for myself.
Hey, am I not good at riddles yet? I'm trying. I'm new at this.
Say again?
I said I thought I was getting better at this riddle stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do well with riddles. I kind of like people to just tell me what the heck is going on, because I'm a little clueless.
You got to be careful in what you do in certain videos.
Yeah, I guess so.
I needed to flush some people out. Mm-hmm. That was my flushing video.
The flushing. Yeah. I have a toilet flush sort of a sound effect if you want to borrow it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I do. And then the bashing. I actually looked up the definition of bashing while the two of you were talking. And so this is the Oxford American Dictionary here. So it includes both European and the American. Oh my gosh.
Do they
Now I
call it
lost it.
bashing?
They do actually. It's right above bashful. So
Oh, nice.
so we're not going to look at bashful because
Nice.
so basically bashing is to strike violently or to attack with blows. So obviously we're on YouTube, so we're not hitting each other or punching each other. But our words can do that. And then there's a violent blow or not. It's basically a blow or a knock. And it's also to strike violently. So anything, this is exactly why I don't like on my channel to have like abuse and abusive comments. But yeah, that's what bashing is. So I did have a bashing. Yeah. So it is are either of you bashing each other, or have you?
No.
And does a
I
repair
haven't
need to
said
be made about
anything
that?
about him.
No.
I have
Okay.
not said anything.
Okay. So no bashing and no repairs there.
I think the whole thing about bashing that's become so relevant, I think, is that people are being accused of victim bashing if they so much as criticize anything to do with Shanann herself or her family. Now,
But why is she being talked about?
because people are interested in the case, like just as they're interested in so many other cases. Now, we might not like that.
People are, when it comes to a creator saying that basically she brought on her own demise, that's crossing the line.
But why?
What do you mean, why? How did she do anything?
If that's her view, I'm not speaking for anyone else here, but like tell me why that is bashing though. If that's just what she has surmised on a case that is in the public, that Netflix has also put into the public. Now, Netflix is an entertainment media, okay? Although it's a true crime documentary, they put it out there so people can watch it, and they are free, under freedom of speech and expression, they're free to discuss the case. Now, some people are going to come up with theories, as we all know on YouTube. A lot of people come up with outlandish theories. Now, you have to tell me why they don't have the freedom of speech or expression to do that, as much as you might not like it. And there's another point I'm going to make that might help to illustrate this, okay? Now, by the definition that some people would accept as bashing, okay, then you have to accept that those same people are also bashing victims in terms of the Watts family. The things that have been said about them are also, under their definition, is victim bashing. And there is no way out of that argument. As much as people don't like what someone on that side of the family might do or say, they are still victims. And that can't be forgotten. As much as you might not like them or what they do or say, there's no way out of that argument, because some of the things that have been said by the same people that call others victim bashers is exactly the same.
And what is that? What have I said?
Well, I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm saying in general, there's people that say that you know, they would love to see the mother, you know, in certain predicaments, or they suggest, they insinuate that there was SA. I think everyone knows what SA is, what that stands for, took place between the father of Chris Watts and Chris Watts.
Yeah,
you tell me how that.
We didn't insinuate. No,
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did, but I'm saying it has been. Yeah, it has been by someone who has been at the forefront of calling everyone else a victim basher. Okay, so tell me why that's not victim bashing, please.
I can't answer for that. I don't know who that is, first of all, but second of all, I mean, that's not me. That's not.
I know.
Dave.
I never said it was at all. Yeah.
If there's a reason that people think that, oh, they can talk about a murdered victim, and they could sit there all day and make money off of it. And they're like, well, it's freedom of speech. Well, then we have freedom of speech to get pissed off about it.
You have freedom of speech.
Why should it be okay to talk and trash someone's daughter? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at, because I don't want Shanann's memory should be now forward that she's beautiful and she's gone. You know, that's it.
And it's tragic.
It's
absolutely tragic. Now, you can still hold the view that it's tragic and she of course never deserved what happened to happen, but still have legitimate criticisms to make. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're bashing. And I'm not talking about myself.
Lives, hours and hours of lives, and making money off of those insinuations. Why? Why is it relevant? Why can't they talk about something else? Why does she talk about it?
But Kelly, why do people watch and are interested?
That's just how it is. Drama.
Exactly.
It's that excitement. It's like a dopamine kind of thing.
No, but you're projecting that onto them. That's not necessarily why they're doing it, because it's a rush or because it's a dopamine rush. People have different opinions.
That do enjoy drama. You even being one of them. You admitted that on that live with Sagacious.
No,
I didn't. You said I do enjoy when there's. You know, if you didn't say it to be, I'm not trying to give you a, an insult. It's actually drama is part of life. We can't get through life without being something drama, right? Because life.
I'm quite specific about what I say though, right?
You did say though that you're interested in how things work and how the person and how. Why people, you're interested in that stuff. That is
that's fair.
You get a good feeling from that.
I get a what? Sorry.
Do you get a good feeling from that?
A good feeling from it? No, I'm interested.
No, I'm not like you're interested, but that's a good feeling, right? Just like if I'm interested in guitar,
No. You're being too casual with the definition of the words there. I don't get a good feeling. I don't get a good feeling from it. I'm just interested in it. Just like loads of people are interested in the psychology of what goes on in social interactions or fallouts between other human beings. But the problem is that all of that gets thrown into the bin that we call drama. Right? Now, there's some channels out there that actually want drama. They perpetuate drama. That's not what I am doing or saying. I'm just aware that it's really fascinating to witness genuine drama.
Well, so I actually was able to make my way through a couple of Critical K's episodes. As I think I've said before, it's hard. The timbre of her voice irritates my ears, but I did it. And she does invite a lot of different opinions on her channel. And I remember one thing in particular she said, because she calls her people, she calls them peasants. And she says, she said, they were talking about Shanann. And she said, now, peasants, I don't want you to say, I will not entertain listening to you say that just because we're talking about Shanann does not mean she deserved to die. Kay's been very clear about that there are people who have opinions about Shanann, and it doesn't mean that she deserved to die or even caused her own death. I think Kay's been pretty clear about that.
I've got a file folder filled of CK saying opposite that what you just said. She is a magic manipulator. If you would like to see those, I'll send them right to you.
It was all
right here.
It was all I could do to go back to October 6th and listen to the panels that she and Rabbit have been on together.
Too. She's going to say different things because now she knows that she's been scrutinized. Now she knows that she's being watched more.
Kelly,
Kelly,
can I ask where you got that information about Kay? Is it from from a certain channel?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
But I've got it. You want me to send it to you too?
I'm just wondering
I've got it
what
right
if
here.
you're referring to what everyone else has already seen, the stuff that's clearly
It's
taken out of
out there.
context.
There are a couple channels that do show.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, you see, what you have to understand there is that's someone that's on a mission against Kay, okay, who would fit the definition of stalkerish on YouTube, that has collated every single negative thing they can possibly find out of context. And all I'm going to say is just
These
bear
were not
that in
out of
mind.
context. And
Bear that in mind.
I do respectfully disagree with you there.
It's fine, but I'm saying it for the audience as well. Bear that in mind, okay? That things, if they're nitpicked in that way,
If it's in writing and it says it clear as day, then we're at where we're at.
no, things can be taken out of context. You're not, if you have a line of text, you need to see the whole text, the whole information, or to watch a whole video that something has been snipped by. All I'm saying is be careful about the source that you've received that from. And Kay has been quite open and honest about certain mistakes she's maybe made at times. Like I think we would all love to be doing that. We've all made mistakes, whether it's on YouTube or in life itself. But no one should be defined forever for the mistakes they've made in the past.
Well, I think this kind of segues into the issue of going.
Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on a second, though, because if you say that, but wait, if you do something and then later you realize, hey, I made a mistake, own it. Apologize, and don't do it again.
Kay has owned many things. I don't know exactly what you're particularly talking about. I mean, send me the information if you want.
Well, I'm not here to debate about critical behavior. Like, seriously, we'd be here for 15 hours. But I beg to differ on what you see, and I'm not, it's got nothing to do with me personally. It's not just me. I'm not the person I'm not the only person that sees it.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, that sort of leads us to panels and going on to panels when we have this sort of idea of guilt by association, which was brought up in early November. And when we go onto a person's panel that we may not agree with their viewpoints, and the panel person who's running the panel may not particularly agree with the person who they're inviting up, then do we have this guilt by association sort of a thing, or what are your philosophies about that, so that just the two of you can know where you stand on that going forward?
Well, my philosophy, and as long as I've been alive, I've been told if you hang out with bank robbers, you can't expect to do anything good in life, right? You're constantly hanging out with bank robbers. How are you going to do anything legal? Because they're going to just be pushing their own narrative on you, their own thing. I was raised that way. Now, if I had a friend, or if I went on a channel that I really like, actually, I like the creator, but when I went on there, I saw somebody come in that is not a very good person, the good creator. He does bad things. And I just left, it's not like I didn't make a big deal. I didn't say, oh, why is he here? I just leave, and I move on with my day. I don't make it a big deal. Now this has turned into, I want to address this really quick. The Lisa situation, really quick.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't even say one word to her. I didn't even know. All right. And I swear on God, on my kids, everything. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know.
Is there someone, do you know who did?
Hold on. You know who told us? Was Sagacious. She was like, hey, Lisa's going on rabbits. Now, all of a sudden, it's different now. But we got blamed for, I didn't even do anything at all. I didn't even say anything because I'm dealing with other crap over here in my life. I didn't even know Lisa. And honestly, I didn't care. I don't care. Sagacious was going on your channel. Did I say anything? No.
Yeah.
I was friends with her on Facebook, or I am friends with her on Facebook. Did I say something to her? I could have easily messaged her or called her and been like, what's going on? But I didn't do so because it didn't bother me. If it bothers me, I address it. If it doesn't bother me, I won't say nothing. And I literally said nothing. And then Lisa blew it to, you know, out of proportion, because then I sent her an email. I could sit here and read the email to you guys right now. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. I said, hey, I don't care. All is cool. All is good. Like, let's totally move on. You know, like it didn't bother. Nothing is bothering. No, nobody's mad. That's just it. Nobody was mad. Mary wasn't mad.
Did Mary not give her a kind of ultimatum of please go live and say this or I will, something like that?
Oh, because no. We didn't tell her to, no, but Mary sent her an email and said, can you please clarify then and clear our names, because they were calling us mean girls. They were saying that we were abusive. And again, you guys say, and I want to talk about hypocrisy. You guys say we do it, and I get it all the time. I get people bashing me all the time. This has been happening.
Well, I've tried to be fair with Sagacious because I didn't see anything that Sagacious did wrong, and I've acknowledged that to Sagacious and on her channel. But I don't know what happened.
Me and Mary didn't do anything wrong either.
Well, I don't know.
Sagacious didn't really stick up for us, I felt. You know, she was just like, I can't talk for everyone. I can just talk for me. I'm like, well, then I'm going to talk for me and Mary then. We had nothing but love. Nothing but love. And I swear that on my kids. So I'm trying to I'm being vulnerable here. I'm telling you guys, this was never, ever an issue. And she is now claiming it is, and it's very hard now. I'm being a mean girl when I'm sitting here, I'm minding my own business. I'm being told I'm a mean girl, and I'm like, what happened? So then I'm sitting here in the dark, and Mary too, we're like, what happened? Sagacious was going on panel. She was going on your panel. And it's like, well, now I know what it's like to be accused of stuff. I'm like, well, you guys are all accusing me now of being this horrible person when I didn't even do anything.
But see, that happened to me as well. But like, obviously, I don't want to talk about that right now. We've kind of dealt with that, right? But I get what you're saying, absolutely. And I do not know what happened. All I seen was someone incredibly upset who has obviously her own issues to try and deal with, and I felt for her. But I was also conscious that I never seen anything that, say, Sagacious said. I've not seen anything otherwise. I'm just going by her own videos and what other people are telling me. And it's just the general impression was that she got a hard time for coming on my panel. And because I knew this didn't, because I knew she didn't do anything wrong at all on my panel, then I felt for her, you know? That's as far as
I don't blame you. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody one bit.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But it's all I'm saying is Mary and I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
We actually have, now Mary's a tougher from the Bronx, New York chick, so yeah, she's going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you saying that? I didn't even do anything, We're all going to react a certain way because we're human beings. So I reacted as I knew other people, someone else was telling her bull crap. Someone jumped on it because she's vulnerable and they went right for her. They beelined it.
Mm.
And that's why it's like, I'm not like that. I want to make sure I am swearing to you guys on my kids. All of what I'm saying here is true.
Okay. Well, maybe it's been a misfiring of communication in some way. Maybe there's been people causing trouble. I know that there was someone going into my channel and going into her channel, and you know, it didn't look good. That they were maybe trying to stir things up, maybe. So
They're
maybe
coming on my channel too. I mean, you guys are seeing your side, but I'm getting the same stuff you're getting, but just on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Just revert it.
So
I'm getting.
well,
It's
hopefully
the same thing.
Hopefully it can be sorted out, you know, with you guys, you know.
We want it sorted out because honestly, I don't hate people. I really don't. And I can admit that I reacted improperly to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for saying that. I appreciate that.
So as far as the panels go, I mean, obviously you don't, if you don't like a person that Rabbid's on a panel with, if you don't care for that person, then that's not any slight against Rabbid then. And you guys can still be co-creators or YouTube colleagues or whatever, what have you, even though he does associate with somebody that you really don't like, I guess is what I'm, I think that was one of the, oh, it was one of your points, Kelly, that you really wanted to talk about the going on to other people's channels.
I actually meant for when he had Lewis going on his panel afterwards, and then I felt it was a disservice, so to speak, of what you as a person who's interested in the psychology and how things work. I just found it a disservice in a way for, you know, when you had him on your panel and he was saying the things he was saying, you know, it was like you were allowing it. And, you know, if my daughter, I mean, here's the thing, I look at Shanann almost like a sister kind of, or, you know, but it's anybody. It's anybody that is a victim. I'm going to be like, what the heck? What are you, you know, why are you allowing that? Or why would you?
But when you, Kelly, when you say allowing it, it was me trying to understand where someone else was coming from, and we had that whole entire discussion on my panel as well as on Kay's panel during that debate, and we fleshed it all out. And maybe some people haven't heard that. I'm not sure, but the point is,
it's the same.
Sorry.
It's the same, like, you know, there's just so much out there. It's hard to keep track of who said who and what conversation, and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, basically what Lewis was really saying when he was bringing that up was that he had a dislike to a character that she portrayed. He didn't mean necessarily, you know, her as a person. That's my kind of interpretation of it. But the point is, when you realize that someone is a good guy, they're smart, intelligent, and they say something that you initially balk at, what's wrong with trying to understand that?
Well, and I want to say that too, because, you know, in real life, we have friends that say or do things that we necessarily wouldn't do or say or agree with. And I don't, if you could look at my history, I've had friends more than 30 years. So it's not, I don't have a problem keeping friends. So obviously I don't have everything in common with all of them. Obviously there's been times that they've probably said or done something that was offensive, or, you know, or maybe I said something and done something that was offensive, but I still love them and cared for them. Right. So that's not what my issue is. And I want to make that clear, because it seems like it's getting, you know, it's blurred here, because people are thinking, oh, well, she just thinks everybody's got to like the same things, no, there's some people that are like the Trump presidency, and there's some people that don't like the Trump presidency. And honestly, that caused breakups of relationships here in the US. So it's really sad. And we're talking about family members. But, for me, what I'm concerned with is when I see a channel that goes against what I really I'm not for. I'm not for that, talking shit about, a murdered victim all night and blowing whistles and chicken noises and things like that. I'm not into that,
That's your definition, Kelly. That's not, I don't think that's an accurate definition. But on you go.
Correct. That's my opinion, right?
Yeah.
How to have my
course.
opinion.
Of course.
Well, so that would be a channel, Kelly, that you wouldn't want to go on, but would you fault Rabid for going on to that channel?
Yeah, and I never...
I think we lost her.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep. It was the little internet delay there, Kel.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe that's not a channel you would go on, but would you say like, oh, that Rabid, and judge him, I think, for going on and participating in a panel that had these sorts of people that you didn't care for.
I don't judge people, and that's a real big misconception. And that's why I can't go to sleep at night, because I always see my mistakes first. And I do not think bad of other people. I don't judge people, because God is the only judge for me, but if there's a murderer, do I have that natural instinct of not liking them? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jerk. You know what I mean? Like, and I only have my opinion, and I'm not a true crime channel. Could I get into depth conversations about psychology? Oh yeah, but I don't do it, on my channel. Mm-hmm. I couldn't sit on a panel with CK, for example, because to me, I think she's rude. I don't think she's, somebody I could.
Kelly, you were quite rude about her. You said you wanted to rip her to shreds and things. You said quite. Mm-hmm.
I want to rip her apart is an expression of show who she really is. And when I say that, it's breaking it down of this is how she behaves, this is what she said, and this is something we could learn from.
Yeah, but you're aware of how people would perceive you saying it that way, especially when it's,
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like people are going to perceive you to say something. People are going to perceive her to say stuff. Does she care?
No, but you're accusing her of being this rude person. Okay.
I can say I feel that she is a rude person. Yes, I have every right.
But you're aware some people would say that about you.
So
they might say it about
me. People say it about me all the time.
So the
people that don't know me.
The point is, you're free to criticize her. You're free to criticize me for going on there, but that's it, right?
But I didn't say anything. You know that you had been going on there, and I didn't say anything. I was talking about when you had Louis on your panel, and I thought we've already covered this part.
Yeah, but it's the same actual point. Right, you're free to criticize me for having Lewis on my panel. You're free to criticize Lewis, but that's as far as I go.
Criticize. I didn't mean criticize. It's a distaste. You know what I mean? Like, but it's disheartening. It's a sadness. It was kind of a sadness for me to see that, because I just felt like, the whole time I felt like, wow, finally a man that is sticking up for Shanann. Finally a man that is sticking up for a female victim and has no problem going against a person who's been known to be verbally abusive and nasty in the past. So you go up there and you
But
you are
Kelly,
being
people would
very.
say that same thing about you, about
Okay,
the
you know
verbal
what,
abuse.
Rabbit, please.
Hmm.
Why are you sticking up for her? Why are we even having this conversation?
Why? But why shouldn't I stick up for it? Like, I like Kay, I'm afraid.
Why do you cut me off? I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
I can't even make a point. You're saying it's fine for me to have an opinion, but then yet you're like, well, people are going to say that about you. I already know that, Rabbit. People say you guys have a complete misconception about me. Total period. That's it. You guys don't know me. That's why it's okay for me to still go on living my life with a good attitude because my heart is good. That's it.
Right. Okay.
Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm still listening. Hang on.
Am I understanding that we are free to have our opinions about other people and not judge other people who are associated with those people?
I
Is
hope
that
so.
kind of what I'm
I hope so.
hearing? Yeah, because I think freedom is a really great value of mine as well. I remember when I was on Armchair Detectives channel that I kept saying, I really want to look at these other points of view, and the people in the chat and his subscribers really weren't happy about that, and I felt kind of sad that we couldn't all sort of just explore our curiosities and keep true to our values. That's all. But I don't know if that's what we have sort of landed on, is that people are free to have our opinions and go where we want to go without being judged and being judged with the company that we keep. I know the perceptions are always going to be there, but
Yep.
Not much
you can do about it.
Freedom of speech and expression is one of the most crucial things that we have in the West. And it's almost never been more under threat than it is right now. And that is something that worries me.
Oh, people say that all the time. People think that.
It's true.
I have to get going. I have like 5 more minutes. My daughter, I gotta attend to something, but I just wanted to clear those things up, and
I'm glad we did. I'm glad we had a
I think we touched on everything. The moving on part is going to be, I think, a great thing. Do either of you have anything that you'd like to say to each other in closing? I don't know that we addressed the issue of Rapid to stop the harassment of your channel and using you as content for his live streams. Is there a repair you'd like him to make there, Kelly, as far as his live streams? Again, we don't want to
stop talking about me and my channel and pulling me down. And
can you be a little bit more specific, because your name will come up because you are a creator. So and it would be kind of hard for Rabbit to censor his audience if they talk about you. So what do you think is reasonable?
Well, hold on, Tracy. If he makes the whole live about me, that's me. That's what I mean. I'm not saying if someone mentions my name, who cares? But if it sits there and you put it up and you're like, all right, Kelly, this is it, like that kind of thing.
I sound like that.
I did, but I think that going forward, please, we need to just do it in private.
But Kelly, do you not see the irony?
I just said, what did I say? I can't go backwards. Okay. So going forward, we need to just do this stuff in private if we feel, it's getting out of hand or something's, misunderstood. I think we need to do that and respect each other as creators, fellow creators. Plenty of room. There's plenty of room for all of us on here, and we all have good things to bring to the table. You have good things to bring to the table. Tracy does. So we want to. I am a big supporter of my creators. Okay, fellow creators, I should say. I'm a huge supporter. Huge supporter of everybody being successful. So, like I said, I just want to, get this done and move on and people succeed, because all this negativity isn't helping anybody.
Do you acknowledge your part in that negativity?
Do you acknowledge your part?
It's not equivalent. I've only responded, Kelly. I'm afraid. Now, you might not like.
Come on, Rabbit. I'm not going to acknowledge. I'm not going
may.
to sit here and acknowledge my part and you not acknowledge your part. That's not fair.
No, it's not that. You're making it sound simpler than it is. It's not equivalent what happened between us. You tried to prevent me being involved in another channel. I
No.
agreed. Kelly, I've got the emails.
I'm sorry that you feel that it did get to that point, but that's not what my intention was.
Okay, okay.
And I did apologize for that again.
Right, okay. Now, just on obviously I completely disagree with the definition of harassment. It's not harassment, okay? Now, if
I'm sorry, go back to that. Who said, what are you talking about?
Well, that was one of your
points.
points.
Are you talking about bashing or
No.
harassment?
Was that not one of your points,
Harassment.
Kelly, that you wanted me to stop harassing your channel?
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. Well, I
View
disagree
it
with
as
that.
harassment. You don't view it
Sorry?
that way.
No, because it isn't. It isn't harassment. It's been a response each time, okay, to what you've done in public. I'm sorry. Right now,
you made many videos, Rabbit, and I did one thing.
One thing.
You did all these videos. That's
not. But Kelly,
why did you say that you're okay to do what you do, but not okay for?
It's
listen,
just not. Kelly,
I
it's not equivalent
for this, and if you cannot if you cannot accept it,
accept what?
We could do.
Accept what?
My
Your apology. I have accepted it. And I thank you.
But I haven't heard you apologize either for any of the stuff that you've done. You don't feel that
well, you need to be specific about what I need to apologize for.
Oh wow. I really don't need to. I don't want.
How can I apologize for something that I'm unaware of? You need apologizing about.
Yeah,
if it's about
behavior.
So you think it's okay to behave the way that you have? You think that that's okay, and you're not going to apologize for,
but
tearing my character apart?
I'm asking you to tell me. What are you referring to? The kind of mockery? Are you referring to the kind of mockery that myself and Lewis have taken part in?
Mockery? No.
No? Well, you need to be specific and tell me what it is you want me to apologize for.
Rabbit. Whatever.
Whatever. All right. Well,
I'm going to go forward. It's cool.
So am I understanding that you don't need an apology from Rabbit then?
I actually would like one.
Okay, for what would you like an apology? Just like name a certain sort of a thing that you'd like an apology for, because that would, I think, help.
Yeah.
I think the real thing is about Shanann. Just allowing, that kind of talk about Shanann in a way that it was taken and you didn't apologize and was like, you know what, that did sound kind of shitty. That wasn't very nice, or that didn't sound very nice, but he doesn't see it that way.
Kelly, did you hear the way I debated that very point with Lewis on Critical K when I was defending Shanann?
No, I did not hear it.
Well, I would suggest going and listening to that.
Did you want him to apologize for just engaging in the discussion about Shanann and to not go off the panel?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to help here.
No, I know. I'm trying. It just seems like you guys don't want to see it, because overall, if he has somebody come on his panel that has been known to bash a murdered victim and he's allowed this person to continue and continue and continue, it's hurtful, to say the least. It's hurtful. It's like, why would you allow that? I thought you were a man that stuck up for Shanann. All of a sudden, did you say, oh, I like this guy. I know he's tearing apart.
I have, and I continue to stand up for Shanann. I just don't define another person because of one opinion they have about one case.
Rabbit, are you sorry that your actions have hurt Kelly? She said she got hurt because of the participation you had. Are you sorry that there's some hurt feelings involved here? I mean, obviously, if your actions are your actions and they're true actions, then are you sorry that it resulted in hurt feelings? Is what I was trying to say.
If anything I have done or said has inadvertently upset Kelly, then I do apologize for that. Yeah.
Does
Well,
that feel
yeah,
does that feel complete for you, Kelly? I mean, as far as
that's
the
fine.
apology part?
Yep.
Okay.
I think this has gone as good as could have been expected, guys. Or, to be fair, you know.
Well, I really appreciate the two of you being so vulnerable because it's not easy to just not do this sort of thing, but to do it in public. And of course, we could always do it in the future, or the two of you could do it on your own, of course, if you'd like to. If anything else comes up.
You there, Tracy.
Yeah, I forgot to announce that this is not counseling or psychotherapy. This is not family counseling. This is not couples counseling. I forgot to. Oh
Do
man,
not do this at home. No, just kidding.
No, I'm not doing.
You can add that into the description later. Yeah.
I should. Yeah, I need to. Yeah. So thank you about that. I just want to make sure that you two have sort of. I've got everything checked off the list that we had. And the bottom line is Kelly apologized for the remarks she made about RDA and her knee-jerk reactions on her live stream. And she's prepared to edit the game over video and wants to do this. And both of you want to do private interactions in the future and as opposed to going public. Check the facts on any comments that you receive and be communicating between the two.
That'd be helpful, I guess. Yeah.
And then see. So Rabbit, you said you were doing your live stream in response to something about Kelly. Well, if there's nothing to happen, then you're probably not going to make a live stream about Kelly, or intending or not, but to be able to air your stuff out in private.
And mommy too, mommy rambling.
Kelly, that's a separate issue. It's a separate issue. I'm not here to really talk about that.
No, I'm just saying, like, let's just try to heal things going forward.
That'd be ideal in a perfect world, and let's hope that can be the case. Yeah.
I hope so. Because you guys are both. I really enjoy both of your content and the guests that you have, and would like to feel free myself to participate without feeling that I'm stepping on anybody's toes.
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And please, everyone, remember, I'm a loud talker. I'm animated.
She gets fired up.
I'm Italian. My mom, you should meet my mom. But I am a fun person in real life. Okay,
yep.
So.
Yeah,
in real life, I do love people, and I'm not what it looks like on what they say on TV, YouTube TV.
Yeah. And I think the important part is that you both made repairs with each other, and there's not going to be.
You got to acknowledge where you go wrong, and I was upset with myself. You think I wasn't sick with myself, or things that had happened? It's not like I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so, I think we're in a better place now after this.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, I guess that's it then. Are we complete?
One final thought. I think we should thank our Google overlords for allowing this to take place after the Earth was jolted off its axis earlier when Google went down. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
I was thinking about that this morning, going, oh, well, maybe it's not meant to be that we have this live stream today, but apparently it was meant to be.
So. I was worried for a while.
All right. Well, awesome.
Social media was losing its mind for about an hour.
Right. I remember when that happened one time when I was doing the Armchair Detectives channel, and just his sheer panic on his face was was priceless, actually. That was very entertaining. It's like, where's my YouTube?
Oh, I gotta get going, guys. All right. So
All right.
I gotta run off. I gotta run off. But I thank you. I thank you all for.
I thank you
hosting them.
so much, Tracy,
All right. You're welcome.
for allowing and providing this awesome neutral panel, and I appreciate you.
All right, we appreciate you too. Should I kick you out, or are you guys just going to remove yourself?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Kick me out, fine.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. So, well, I thought that was fairly. I thought that they were very, very polite to each other, and I appreciated the chat was very well behaved, and yeah. Well, so just another day in the life of Calming the Chaos. I want to thank my two awesome moderators, Mark and Timmy. And I'm just going to bring them up. You guys want to come up just a second? Hi, Mark. Hi, Timmy.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
You know, I had this really cool game show planned for today, but then this came up. So it's just as well because Scott is sick. But what do you think about doing a game show next week?
I like it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Sure.
How much do you know about your brother Timmy? And it's going to be done like match game style, but not real match game. But
that could be scary.
So you have to have, Mark, you have to have a marking pen, like a bold marking pen, and index cards.
Okay.
And I'll tell Scott the same thing. I hope he gets better soon. I guess he's really sick.
Yeah, I guess he was vomiting earlier and stuff. Mom's been sick too, real bad. I had to yell at Mom this morning, but that's another story.
Well, how's Dad?
Dad's dad.
Yeah. Sitting in his chair, huh?
He doesn't leave it.
Yeah. No? Well, I do appreciate you too. I hope it wasn't too difficult out there. And thanks for all you do. And I don't think I have any music planned to end all this stuff. So I feel a little bit unprepared. I could just play my other video again, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll just do that again to close out. All right. Well, good. Yes. So I will see you guys later. You take care. Good seeing you, Marco.
Good seeing you guys.
I love you. And
love you.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm going to kick you out. And I'm going to kick you out. And here's my ending. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Take care. Children cry, parents sigh, and we lose a life. We live and we die without enough time to let the tears dry. Still the rivers flow, rain turns to snow, and there's a rainbow. So much is gone, and we move on.